Hi, I would like to use this opportunity to make us think about the student voice and how we can use the student voice when we are trying to make our education systems more inclusive and more democratic. And I will tell you a story of a few Norwegian schools to make an example of how they are doing it. So I want you all to imagine that you are entering a classroom in a typical Norwegian school. And the teacher is just about wrapping up the lesson. And the teacher is asking the students to give feedback on the lesson. So the students, they talk with each other, they reflect, and in the end, they give the feedback to the teacher. This is what they liked. This was helping them in their learning process, and they give tips to the teacher on how to improve for the next lesson. And the teacher listens, the teacher takes notes, and gives a few feedbacks back to the students right away, and brings the notes to the staff meeting that afternoon. And in the staff meeting, the other teachers has done the same. So they also brought notes from their classes on feedback from their students. So the teachers get together, they share the notes, they share their own reflection on this, and they discuss how can we make improvements regarding the input and feedback from the students. And the school leader is attending the same staff meeting, of course. The school leader is facilitating the meeting. The school leader is providing the meeting arena so that the teachers get together to talk and to reflect. And in front of this meeting, the school leader actually had a meeting with a few students before. They had student experts in every classes elected to be experts in different subjects. So the teacher, the head teacher, the principal, he is telling the teachers, this is what the student experts told me. So together they gather the feedbacks from the individual students in the whole class and from the student experts. And they share their thoughts on this, and they discuss what they need to improve for the whole school. And then the teachers, they collaborate on how to make these improvements, how to plan and how to act on this. And the school leader, he takes the notes from this staff meeting and he brings it to another meeting where the municipality leader of education is providing an arena for all the school leaders in one municipality. And the school leaders, they do, well, pretty much the same way as the staff meeting. They look on the feedbacks from all the students in all the municipality and then discuss, they reflect, what do we need to do to improve our work in our schools? So this is a very short and a brief glimpse on what it might look like in a Norwegian school. And you may think that this could happen in any school, and you probably recognize that this happens in a lot of schools in your systems too. But the special thing with this story, I think, is how they use the student voice systematically. They use it systematically, they use it regularly, and they use it to improve the whole system. They collaborate, the students, the teachers, the school leaders, and the municipality leader. And I think that is a really good example of how you can use the student voice to improve the school's practice. And then you might think, how does this help to improve the inclusiveness and to improve the democratic values on the schools? Well, this is just one way of doing it, but still it's one way of showing the students that their voices matters. They are empowering the students on how to use their voice to make improvements in their own learning. So, and I would like to use the opportunity to show you a model to make us think, how can we do this in a system level? So there are 3 levels, and the point of this model is that you need to address all the 3 levels at the same time, not separately one by one, but at the same time. And if we first look at the personal level, you need to address what are the attitudes, what are the beliefs and the values that the students and the teachers and the school leader and the municipality leaders have. How can you make sure that they are shared values and shared belief that the student voice matter? And the second level, there is this political level, and it's about what kind of structures, what kind of decisions do we make. So in my story, they had a structure that every class needs to give feedback to the teacher. The feedback from the students is brought to the staff meeting from the teacher. They reflect, they decide what their actions will be, and they do the same on a municipality level. And the third level in this model is the practical level, and in short, that means that they need to put their words into actions. So this is an example from I led a research and development project in Norway recently. And what we found when we interviewed and observed a lot of schools and municipalities, we found that the schools that were truly succeeding in involving the students in improving their practice, they addressed all the 3 levels at the same time. So that's why I showed you this model now, and it shows they addressed all the 3 levels, and they systematically use the student voice as an engine to improve their work. So I will end this talk by asking 2 questions. I want you to think about 2 things. First of all, how can we make sure that we address all the 3 levels, the personal, the political, and the practical level, when we try to transform and improve our systems? And the second question, and perhaps the most important one, is how can we make sure that we use the student voice as an engine in our improvement works? How can we do it in a systematically way? So how do you make sure that you listen to students wherever you sit? Thank you. I'm warm. This was scary.